Alright, you might not like the idea of all the icy parts of this world melting, and not just because you're afraid of sea level rises and all the higher temperatures this will lead to. Unluckily for us, as I've stated in the last video, once a tipping point is passed, this is simply going to happen. So, who pushed the system over the tipping point? Well, it was us, humans. So, if there is one way to turn back time, it means it can only be us. But this does not mean that it is enough to reduce our global greenhouse gas emissions. That is just the first step. Absolutely the most necessary of all. Because on this, the melting rate of the ice also depends. The less we pump into the atmosphere, the lower the temperatures, the more slowly this melting process goes on. And we have more time to adapt. But if we artificially suck, which is already planned, there's lots of technology already out there with the use of plants, which is green carbon capture, or with the use of technology, we will suck out lots of carbon from the atmosphere in order to bring the temperatures back into a range that we like. But as long as the ice goes on melting, we would have to lower the greenhouse gas concentrations ever more, even below the point where they were before the Industrial Revolution started, and that is probably not good for the planet. Plants need carbon dioxide, for example, so we have to look at different methods, especially considering that the method of sucking out carbon is a long-term effort. 100 years maybe. We'll see how long it takes us to bring them back. So that's where cooling comes in. I call it cooling. Other people call it geo-engineering, but we have been geo-engineering this planet in any direction. It sounds awful. I think what we actually are doing is geo-restoration. We want to have the same range of temperatures that we had for the last 10,000 years, and keep in that range, plus minus 1 degrees, all right, not more. Maybe even better, just plus half a degree, up and down over the centuries. That's what we liked. If humans decide that is what we like in the future, call it climate control. If we manage ways in which we can do that, we will do it, because the alternative is letting the world run into a hothouse climate with all the potential destruction that means. I don't think that humans will do that. I think we will control the climate if it's possible.